Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I came out a couple of weeks ago on my Instagram Instagram and my TikTok about my recent surgery. I hope it's not too windy for you guys. I came outside because it's kind of loud inside the house right now, and I was like, let me just step out, so hopefully it's not too windy. So I showed you guys on my Instagram and on my TikTok that I got a BBL a couple of weeks ago, and a lot of you guys had a lot of questions, so let's get into it. I am outside, so hopefully, you know, pay no mind to the cars if there's noise, blah blah blah. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna be pretty quick about it, just because I don't want this to be like a super long video, and it's kind of hot out, so let's get to it. I put out like the little question thing for you guys on my Instagram to see what you guys wanted to know about the actual surgery itself. So I'm going to answer some of those questions, but I feel like most of them fell in the categories that I'm going to be talking to you guys anyway. So if I missed your question, feel free to like ask me at the bottom or send me a direct message on Instagram, and I will most definitely get back to you. I am not one to like try to hide my surgeries or like try to, what's it called, gatekeeping. Like I will let you know, girl, like if I had it, I love it, I'm gonna put you on. So it was the same situation with my breast augmentation, so it's gonna be the same situation with my BBL. So first things first, I guess we can start from the beginning. Somebody did ask me, what is it? Like, what type of procedure is it? How do they do it? Brazilian butt lift. In other words, they literally transfer my fat into the buttocks area. So they moved my fat from my stomach. I got a 360, so I got everything from my stomach all the way to my back. All that fat was moved all the way to my ass and my hips. Let me get into the actual like question, because I wrote them all down and I kind of like separated them, that way I can try my best to like answer as many as I could without like having a super long video. The main questions that I'm going to be addressing are going to be the like my doctor itself, the pricing, and the recovery. I feel like those are the like main questions that I was asked and like everybody wants to know. So first things first, who did I go to? Where did I go to? I went to Mia Aesthetics. Mia Aesthetics does have a couple of different locations. I know they have Miami, Utah, Vegas. I think that's the only ones that I know off the top of my head, but I know they had a whole bunch of different locations. I went personally to Miami, and I chose Dr. Wright. So Dr. Wright kind of came about, like I kind of found her throughout the Mia Aesthetics page. They have a couple of different doctors, obviously, in all the different locations, and I was recommended by one of my old high school friends to the Miami office. She went with another doctor. I can't really remember his name, but I did look into it and I was like, okay, yeah, he's good. Like I like his work. Obviously they did a really good job. So I like kept looking around. I looked at like their Vegas location doctors, the Utah doctors, and then I did stumble across Dr. Wright. A couple of her like before and after pictures did catch my attention. I was like, oh my god, like I was shooting for a more natural BBL, just so that it looks, that it fits my body and my frame. So I always had like a thick thighs, so I was like, I know they can do a pretty decent job, but I know that my butt isn't like shaped how I would want it to be, and it's like not full, whatever. So long story short, I did a lot of research on Dr. Wright herself, like directly. I followed her for a couple of months before I even ended up like reaching out about scheduling the surgery. So I did my research. I like followed her for a while. I kept up with like her recent procedures like that she did on people, and like I like as she posted more, I was like, okay, yeah, oh yeah, I like how she put like how she did that and blah blah. So she ended up just convincing me, going off of like her posts, and like I like how she does her hips, and I like how bubbly she does butts. Like I just like the little bubble butt, but where it doesn't look too exaggerated. So that's what she would post that she would do. So anyway, I ended up choosing her, and I scheduled my appointment. She's out in Miami, so I scheduled like the appointment. I had to consider the Airbnb. I had to consider the plane tickets. I had to consider who was gonna go with me. So there was like a lot to prepare for before the surgery, which is, I feel like, could be a video of its own. If you guys want that, let me know. She did an amazing job. Like, you can't tell me otherwise. She 100% gave me what I asked for, and she 100% listened to what I needed. So she did absolutely great. 555. Angel numbers. Thank you, universe. Oh my gosh, sorry you guys, I literally had to change locations because my camera was overheating, and low-key I was overheating. So I'm literally in the closet right now. My man is playing his game, so if you hear him yelling, leave him alone. He gets really into his games. Okay, so anyway, I left off at the prices. So I ended up paying a little over 8 grand. Don't hold me to that price because I don't know if her prices are changing, if they're going up, if they're going down, because inflation is a bitch. So don't go over there like, well, Zudy only paid like 8 grand. This was pre-inflation. Okay, so I feel like I got a really good price, but I did also have to buy a couple $100 worth of like supplies, like essentials that I was gonna need for the actual surgery. And then aside from that, you also have to consider your lymphatic massages. So it's not just like, oh, I'm gonna pay for the surgery and that's it. Baby girl, you have to maintain, number one, the body afterwards, but you also have to pay for the lymphatic massages so that way they can drain you, and make sure you go as soon as you can. You have to do, I think, between 10 to like 15 massages, so keep that in mind. And they're well, they're not too crazy expensive, but they're kind of expensive, so yeah. And if you need or are looking for lymphatic massages, I highly recommend going to Enhanced Beauty Bar. They have been taking care of me since I got back from Miami. The week after, yeah, right after I landed, I ended up booking an appointment with them a couple days after, and Val has been taking care of me since week 2 technically of my surgery. The first 3 massages I got in Miami, it was like a little package deal that came with the surgery itself, so they did 3 massages out there, but I did book 10 massages with Val, and she's fucking awesome. So make sure you guys go follow her. Follow Enhanced Beauty Bar. I know they have a whole bunch of other services that they offer, so make sure you guys follow them and show them some love. They honestly, their customer service is amazing. They're all super sweet, and I am super thankful that I ended up going there because they have been taking care of me really well. So now to the actual recovery itself, which is the fun part, because girl, let me tell you, I have a pretty decent pain tolerance. I did a lot of YouTube research. Honestly, I didn't want to do Google because I feel like Google is kind of like hit or miss, and they're like, you're gonna fucking die or you'll be fine. So I did a lot of like personal reviews. So most of them were like, girl, it sucks, girl, it's rough. Some were like, bitch, I was dying, it was the, and I was like, okay, like there's a whole bunch of mixed ones, like yes, you can do it, or it's like the worst recovery ever. So me, it sucked. It just sucked. But it wasn't crazy. The worst part for me about the recovery is the fact that I'm handicapped. Like, I can't do what I'm used to doing. I can't move how I'm used to move. I can't sleep. I can't sit. Like, I'm very limited. That's how I've been putting it. I'm just limited, and I feel like that's the worst, and that's what sucks for me. The pain itself, from day 1, so as soon as I woke up from surgery, pain tolerance, bitch, 12 out of 10. Like, it sucked. It was really bad. They do leave your incisions open at Mia Aesthetics, so I was swimming in, like, girl, I was gushing everywhere. It was very crazy. It was like really hectic for me because I was like, holy shit, like I'm just bleeding everywhere, I'm dizzy, my stomach hurts, my ass hurts. Like, it was a mess. So day 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 days I was in actual pain. But after day 1 and 2, it was doable. I was very sore, I was very tight, it's very messy. But after the first week, honestly, it's okay. Like, you're fine. You're just, like I said, limited, so you can't really do stuff on your own. I know for my surgery for my boobs, it was not as bad. Like, I was limited for maybe like a day or 2, and I could pretty much do what I could. But for my surgery, for the BBL, I want to say maybe up to maybe week 3 or 4 is when I actually started like doing stuff on my own. Let me backtrack because I feel like I get ahead of it. So number one thing that I highly recommend is having somebody babysit you for at least 1 to 2 weeks. I know like that seems exaggerated, but it's like, it's very necessary. Like my man was literally lifting my legs up to put me on the bed, and he had to help me like roll off a bed. Like it's really painful and it's really uncomfortable. So I would not want to suggest like, oh, no, I would suggest a week or 2. Like you have somebody watch you, have somebody help you, cater to you, like really do it so that you're not stressed or you're not pushing yourself. It's just painful. Like you don't want to do it. Like have somebody watch you for about a week or 2, and then maybe week 3 or 4 like you're gonna be a little better. But even up until now, like I'm gonna be 6 weeks and I still sometimes have to have somebody help me with something. Like, ugh, I can't bend down as much as I would want to, but like little things like that. So you're gonna be limited for a couple of weeks, so make sure you're prepared for it. Make sure you have somebody. Sitting and sleeping, annoying as hell. Right now I'm sitting on my BBL pillow, but I'm going on week 6 and I still refuse to sit on my ass. Do not want to sit on my butt. Like I paid all this money, I'm going through all this pain, I'm not gonna risk it. Like I just rather not. Until I'm comfortable and I feel like my butt is 100% and I don't feel like it's numb or anything like that, then I'll like 100% sit on it. But for now I'm still literally on my pillow. They recommend or it said on my papers for 3 weeks not to sit on it like at all. And after the 3 weeks they said that I can sit on it for about 30 to 45 minutes, but only 3 times a day to fully recover in 12 weeks, which is 3 months. I've been sleeping on my stomach this whole time, which is really, actually it was really uncomfortable. Like week 1, 2, and 3 I was like, somebody get me out of here. Like I hate it here. I was going through it. I could not sleep on my stomach. Like I just could not. I had to take like medicine to like knock me out, and like it was just really uncomfortable. But it's understandable because my stomach was still very tender, so like there was pressure on it and I was just uncomfortable, and it was annoying when I had to get up because I had to constantly use the bathroom. Like I had to go pee a lot because I was drinking a lot of water. So it was just very frustrating. Not necessarily like painful, it was just more frustrating and it was like annoying. Somebody asked me if using the bathroom was hard or painful. No, I haven't really had a problem with using the bathroom. Only maybe the first 2 weeks it was again annoying because I couldn't do things on my own, so I did have to have people take me to the bathroom. But they do send you home with like I call it a little urinal. It's not really a urinal, but it's like a girl, it is a girl urinal. No, I think this is what it looks like. So technically you pee like a man would. So you just put it on your area. The fajas that they give, I think all of them would have it, but the faja that I have has an opening all the way from the front to the back. So I just stand up, use it. So peeing was easy. When I ended up having to use the bathroom that way, I was okay enough to go on my own, and all I did was pretty much like squat and like hold myself up a little. So thank God I didn't have to have like help that way traveling. So I flew out obviously to Miami. It was I think it was a 4-hour flight. They do send you home with a letter pretty much just saying like, hey, she just had surgery, like she can't really sit. Pretty much just saying like, try to work with her as best as you can. They did make me, in other words, sit for takeoff and for landing. It's kind of hard with the BBL pillow, at least at the beginning for me, because you have to hold yourself up. The BBL pillow goes right under your thighs. It goes right under your thighs and your butt is supposed to be floating. So I put it on the bottom of my thighs, my butt is floating, and then at the same time my back, so I'm leaning back and I'm putting pressure on my back. That hurts. And then I'm trying to float my butt up even with the pillow because you're heavy, so you put all your weight down and you kind of like weigh down and you can touch the seat even with the pillow on. So you're still kind of like trying to float yourself up. I sat as much as I could for takeoff, and then once they said that we can stand up, I try to walk as much as I can, but I didn't like how uncomfortable it made me, like having to get up and people were watching me, and I don't like being in the way. So I just got up maybe like once or twice throughout the flight and kind of like stood in the bathroom for a while, and then I got back and I just kneeled the whole way. So like on the actual seat, the seat is like this, I was kneeling like this. So like my knees were on the actual floor and like my head or whatever was on the actual like seat itself. I think that's all so far with the recovery itself. So make sure you stay in your faja, don't sit on your butt, and please go get your lymphatic massages. Like, do not wait on it, go get your massages. Don't bullshit it. Lastly, I do want to show you guys really quick some before and after pictures, since you guys wanted to see. I did post a video and also pictures on my Instagram, so if you wanted to see a little bit more, feel free to follow me on Instagram. It's going to be zslay with 2 A's, and my TikTok is also the same, so make sure you follow me on there. I'll show you guys like ones right after surgery, that way you see how kind of like exaggerated it was, and then one now where it's a little bit more natural, a little bit more calm. Like I said, keep in mind I'm only 6 weeks post-op, so in like a month or two I might look a little bit different. Okay, so for my before picture, I'm going to show you guys this one. Obviously you guys can tell my stomach is like out there. There's a lot going on. I don't have any hips. I have a lot of belly fat. This one you can see the belly fat from the side. My butt is like wobbly. There's not much going on there. Yeah, it's just not the business. And then from the back, you guys can see on my back itself, it doesn't really have a shape. It's a lot of fat going on. I don't have a shape to my butt. It's very sad. Now let me show you guys right after surgery. I was super sore, very bruised. The bruising didn't come down till maybe last week. Last week is when my bruising started to like ease off. Really swollen, so it's not as flat as I wanted like my stomach to be, but that's what it's looking like right after surgery. Okay, let me show you guys this one. So this is on one of my appointments. You can already tell that I'm like not as bruised. I don't look crazy bruised anymore, and I don't look as swollen, so it's not as big or as crazy. Love how it's like not exaggerated. Val, the girl that does my massage, she has been telling me though that I'm still not done healing in my stomach area, so she's saying that my waist is still going to be a lot more snatched when she starts actually sculpting me. So this is not the final result, but even then, tell me I don't look fucking good. Tell me I don't look good. If you guys want to see a little bit more later on to see if my body changed or if, you know, I healed a little bit differently, feel free to follow me on Instagram and on TikTok. Also make sure to subscribe on here. I don't have as much followers on here, but it's okay. I'm still gonna share what you guys want to see on my channel, but make sure to subscribe if you guys like watching my content, and let me know as well whatever you guys want to see. So yeah, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys on my next video. Again, don't forget, let me know in the comments what you guys want to see for my next video. I have a couple ideas lined up, but I always like to hear back from you guys, so make sure you leave a little comment and follow me and subscribe. Don't forget. All right, bye guys, see you guys in my next video.